big old goals, major goals, is that we are making sure lots of people hear about this, okay? Then we love to give away content. So one of our last big weekend camps was all on Facebook groups. It was a phenomenal camp. And seriously, we teach you how to take your Facebook groups and get enough business to equate a party's worth of sales every single week when you're following the system. Like, it's systematic, it's easy, it's all about you sharing your tips and your tricks and all the things you're so smart about. It's a $97 value. We want to share it with you. So this is what you need to do, okay? So you are going to take this link. This is the link. So whether you're on Facebook or you're on the webinar. So if you're on Facebook, you just hit share the link and you share it on your profile or in a business page. When you share it, you need to include the hashtag CR8Success, because the winner, we will, before we announce the winner, we'll go search CR8Success and make sure that it was shared, okay? And so you need to include the hashtag CR8Success when you share that. Now, if you shared it in a group, we're not going to be able to see it. Be sure and tell us what group you shared it in. So you need to comment Shannon and tell us what group that you shared it in. And then we are going to give one away at the end. Does that sound awesome? Are you excited? Okay. It's going to be fantabulous. So if you're on the live on Facebook, hit share. Go share it with some people. The other fun thing that you can do is an added bonus. If you're on a phone, there's a little like person with a plus down by the side of their head. You can like hit that and personally invite people. So if you have team members that you're like, girl, I know you've been wanting to book parties, you got to get on this. Or you book parties, but dang, the hostess coach just ain't working the way you want it to, okay? Either way, be sure and join them. Same thing, okay? So be sure and comment. You got to put Shannon so she can find it in all caps. And then put where you shared it, okay? Put the hashtag on it if you can. And let's rock and roll. Okay. Alrighty. So I've hit record. If you have signed up for the webinar, you will get this as a YouTube link tomorrow when I get it all uploaded, okay? So that will be super, 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 super fun. Okie dokie. So let's get talking about all things bookings and all things hostess coaching, okay? So I want to tell you a little story. You guys are so awesome. Look at all the shares. You are the bomb. Okay. I've got to tell you a little story. So one of the gals I worked with, or working with, love her so much. She is like this Southern belle. And she has one of those very soft approaches. And you just can't help but listen to her. She's not in a rush. And she's just so sweet. And she's as kind as the day is long. I love her so much. And so my dear friend Tracy, she is this amazing, amazing person who I just absolutely love with all my heart. And we have these nights we call question tree nights. Now, I need to know real quick. So if you're on the live on Facebook or you're on the webinar, comment down below if this is your very, 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 very first time hanging out with me. If this is your very first time, can you comment, this is my first time ever? Okay. Let's see how many first timers we have. So what's really important to understand is, oh, lots of first times. Oh, cool. Okay. We have this system for asking questions that gets a heap load of engagement. Okay. We get people talking to us, and we have found that questions is the best way to get to know people. Okay. It is a phenomenal way to really dig deep. Okay, look at all the shares. You guys are so awesome. Love you, love you, love you, love you. Okay, awesome. Ooh, look at all the first timers on our Facebook Live. Ooh, girl, look at all you guys. Oh, look at all the shares. You guys are so fantastic. Thank you so much. Look at how many people we got on Facebook today. We're almost up to 100. That's so fun. Okay, so let me tell you, we have this way to slow down and ask questions so you don't ever feel that yucky, like salesy feeling, okay? So I want to know on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being I hate it, and 1 being, nah, it's okay. If you're feeling like your approaches are salesy, how uncomfortable or how hard is it to go and do the work? Like some of the approaches you have with your business, how uncomfortable do they make you? Do they make you feel kind of like, yuck, 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 I feel salesy? Okay, I'm going to help smooth that out. Who wants to like smooth that out, not feel so salesy, okay? All right, look at some of you. I love it. Some of you are like, ooh, that's just awful. And some of you are like, okay, it's a happy medium, okay? You feel like, literally feel all QVC sometimes. Is QVC a good thing or a bad thing, Jess? I kind of like QVC. All right, but yeah. All right, so let me tell you, not good total sales. All right, Jess. Okay, so I'm working with my gal Tracy, and we have these nights we call question tree nights. So if you've never seen any of our webinars before, we have this approach when somebody comments on one of your posts, when somebody says something in a Facebook party, when somebody, when there's this comment and you're like, okay, I want to go see if they want my product or want to book a party, or like we want to talk to them about one of the different options that we have. It's what we found is this way to slow down and ask lots of questions before we go right in for what I jokingly call the kill, which I don't believe in the kill, but that's what we see done, right? Going in for the kill, okay? Oh, we can fix that, Vonda. Here is the link to share. So if you're just joining us, if you're on the webinar, grab that link and go share that on Facebook on your profile, in your groups, hashtag it CR8Success, CR8Success, and then comment either on Facebook or comment here in the webinar, Shannon in all caps, because that's who's going to count them. Tell us where you posted it, and you are going to get, we're going to do a drawing, okay, for someone. Oops. Okay, Sylvia, somehow I messaged it just to you instead of the whole group. Let's do it to everyone. There we go. If you're on Facebook, just hit share and hashtag CR8Success. Okay, so we have these nights called question tree nights, right? In our question tree nights, what's super cool about this is it's this amazing opportunity for me. What I do, we're on Zoom here, okay? And all of you come, and what we do is you're on your computers and you're messaging people. So you might be wanting to book parties, you might be trying to close sales, you might be trying to recruit. So I want to know, on a scale of 1 to 10, how fun do you think it would be? Well, fun might not be totally the right word, but how much would you love to sit with me for 4 hours one night in a small group and I help you message people and close deals? Would that be crazy fun? Okay, give me some love or give me some if you think that would be fun. So you can totally do that. We'll tell you at the end how you do that for only 25 bucks, okay? So we're sitting there, so me and my gal Tracy and several other gals, we're chatting, and she has this gal that she messaged, and we do this thing called initial touch. So the first thing you need to understand about booking parties is usually have this list of people either who've been past customers, people who have said they'd have parties. We have all sorts of different kinds of people, right? So the first thing we want to do, instead of just say, hey, Susie, you said you'd have a party in February. Which of these dates worked? Okay, and just like attack her with the whole, do you want to have a party thing, is we do an initial touch. When we send out this initial touch, the whole goal is to say, oh, if I remember right, you were having a baby in January. How did that go? We want to talk about something about their life, something that's personal, something that doesn't relate to your product. We don't say the company name. And then we end with a question. This is called our initial touch. I am telling you, it's one of the most fun things you'll ever do, because let me tell you, you get a much, much higher amount of people responding. I know when you send out those messages, hey, Susie, you said you'd have a party in February. These are my available dates. Or, hey, Becky, I want to see how your product was, and if you're needing anything else, need a reorder. I know when you do that, okay, that sometimes there's a small percentage of people are responding. So if you agree that, if that's the experience that you're having, say, yeah, baby, okay? Comment, yeah, baby, if that's the situation that you're having, is that you message out and then people don't always message back and you're like, now what do I do, okay? The initial touch is the answer to keep you from feeling salesy, to keep you from like going wonky and having people not respond, okay? So first of all, I have everybody send out 10 initial touches before they show up for the call. They send those out, people start responding. Now, this is the coolest thing. There's two things that there's like one bad thing we're preventing and there's one good thing we're creating, okay? The first one is I had someone message me the other day. She sold jewelry and she said, oh my gosh, Michelle, thank you so much for teaching me the initial touch. I reached out to this gal who I really thought would have a party. And instead, I did an initial touch instead of what I normally would do. Hey, you want to have a party? And in the last week, her house had burnt down. She's like, I would have looked like such a jerk by asking her if she wanted to have a jewelry party, and her house had burnt down. Have any of you, besides myself and people that report to me, okay, comment foot if any of you have messaged someone and put your foot in your mouth, because it was like the wrong time to talk about product, the wrong time to talk about booking parties, okay? Oh, look at all of you. I'm so glad you feel my pain, okay? So I didn't like feeling like that. So we came up with this process. Husband died. Oh, Diane, I know, right? Okay. So embarrassing. So first of all, it prevents you from embarrassing yourself. Getting divorced, I know, right? Like, and our products are fabulous, but there's a time and a place for them. Would you agree? Okay. Just awful time and a place for them. So food, Marcy, you spell like I do. Or type like I do. Oh, child in the hospital with cancer. I know, right? Okay. So we don't want you to embarrass yourselves and come off insensitive, because I know that you really, really care about people and you really aren't insensitive, but you're going to come off that way, right? We're going to put our foot in our mouth when we ask things at the inappropriate times. Now, let me give you another example, though, that's really exciting. So the good news, that's the first good news. We keep you from looking like a ding dong. The second good news is this. So I had this gentleman, and he sold a health product, and he was kind of one of those health coaches that was real enthusiastic about what he did. And he was bold and he was brave, and a lot of that served him well. But he would send messages that were very like, whoo, bold and a little in your face and not as sensitive as they could. Okay. And I said, okay, let's just back it up one step before you talk about product. Let's do this initial touch before we ask them if they need a refill, how their, weight loss is going. Let's just do an initial touch first and see how that goes. See, because he was complaining about people not responding just like y'all did. Okay. So we did this initial touch. He lived in the Boise area, and up in the mountains, they had been having some fires, and there was a gal he wanted to follow up with. She lived up there where the fires had been. And so he sent him. And so I said, okay, let's send a message. Just ask how she's doing, how she was impacted by the fires. So he did. He sent her. He said, hey, I know fires have been up in your area. How are you doing? How has this impacted you and your home and your family? She goes, oh my gosh, thank you so much for thinking of me. She's like, well, we were evacuated, but luckily, the fires, they didn't get to our home. And our animals were safe. It was really scary, but all is well. I really appreciate you thinking of me. She goes, and you know what? She was a school teacher. She says, I'm trying to get ready for school. I'm a little stressed out. I'm off my food game and I need some product. Okay. How great would it be for someone to say, I need product, and you didn't even bring it up? Okay, so give me some like hearts, give me some, that comment dream. If that's the dream, that you just let people know you're thinking about you, Comment dream if it's like, yeah, baby, that would be awesome. Okay. Now, I will be 100% honest with you. The initial touch doesn't get everybody talking about it. Okay. The initial touch doesn't get everybody to respond back and say, I need product. Okay. But my gal Tracy, we did have a really cool situation where she messaged this gal and she did an initial touch. And she was with Origami Owl. And the gal messages back and she goes, oh, thank you for thinking of me, blah, blah. They had the conversation about the initial touch that she did. And she says, you know what? I've been thinking about you. I need another necklace. She'd got one necklace that had some sentimental value and she said, and I've been, thinking about getting another necklace. Now, Tracy, my little Southern belle, who's as sweet as the day is long, she wanted to go in for the kill. She was like, can I ask her if she wants to have a party? I'm like, no, you can't. Not yet. So let me tell you. So how many of you can relate to Tracy? Like you see that little window crack open and you just want to blow through and like, please have a party. Yay, 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 yay. Okay. So, right? And I'm like, no, wait, Tracy, hang on. And she was so sweet. No one would ever see her as, being pushy or obnoxious. But she wanted to go right in and say, will you book a party? Okay. So let me tell you the rest of the story. I said, no, wait, Tracy. We don't want to go in for the kill quite like that. Okay. Instead, what we want to do is find out why she wants the necklace. What you want to start doing is what I call building a wish list. Now, I know that you know what building a wish list is. The thing that most of you don't know is how to build it without telling them you're building it, okay? So that's the important thing, is how do you build it without telling them you're building it, okay? We want to get like this, ooh, this is gonna be so exciting, okay? I have to have a party now because there's so much stuff, or I have such a need for what it is that we're talking about, okay? Afraid to scare away the little squirrel. Okay, so I said, Tracy, first ask her what she's wanting a necklace for, because Origami Owl, usually there's a theme, there's a reason, there's a memory, there's a celebration, there's a gift, like there's a reason, right? Not only because it's pretty. It is pretty, but whereas if we're talking like premier designs or paparazzi, it's more of a fashion only thing, right? So I said, do you know why she wants the necklace? She goes, well, no, not exactly. She goes, I think I might know why, but I'm not sure. And I said, okay, let's first ask her that. Go, I'm so excited you want another necklace. Tell me what it is you're wanting. So she says, well, my mother passed away and I really want to memorialize my mother. She's like, awesome. Now, still, can I ask her if she wants to have a party yet? No, nope. I said, okay, cool. So ask her this next. Ask her, what are the memories you made with your mother? What are the things that symbolize your mom that you want to have in that necklace? So now the lady's telling her. She's telling her memories. She's telling her what what it is that made her love her mom. And she's talking. Now, if somebody listened to you about someone either you've lost or someone who you just love and you want a necklace for, or something along those lines, and they let you tell them all about the things that are important to you, would you not be instantly endeared to that person? Who likes to be listened to besides me? Okay, so if listening would get you to like, oh, I can trust this person, I like this person more, comment listen, okay? If you understand that listening is a very, very important gift to have, so that people will trust us and like us. And guess what? People buy from those they trust and like, okay? So she says, okay. And she said, may I, so one of my things that's really important to understand is we want to ask permission. May I put together an image of a necklace and some charms we'd put in it that would memorialize your mom, and you tell me if I'm getting anywhere close to what it is you want this to look like? And she said, yeah, okay, that's great. So she put this necklace together. She had she asked her what colors she liked, so she had the right metals. She picked out a bunch of charms that would go in the necklace, And she sent this customized, beautiful little picture to her and said, how close does that come to memorializing and the memories you want to have of your mom? She says, it's perfect. Now, how much easier do you think it is to book a party with that woman than it was when all she said is, I was thinking about another necklace? If you can feel the difference, comment feel, okay? If you can feel how different, how much easier it's going to be to say, okay, so let me tell you, this necklace with all the charms and the chain you wanted, this is how much it would be. And this is what I can do to either help you get it for free or half price or whatever the discount is with your company, okay? It is about slowing down and hearing what they want, okay? That's where you've messed up, Lonnie. Everybody has. You're not alone, okay? Booking parties is about focusing on what the other person needs. And when you have a goal, and I believe in setting goals, I absolutely believe in setting goals. But when you set that goal and you're only focused on your numbers and you don't slow down and say, okay, who has a goal that's going to match my goal? Who has a goal to have their house cleaner? Who has a goal to be more organized? Who has a goal to have XYZ? Help me. So I believe in putting that down. I love sticky notes. I have sticky notes of all kinds all over all the time. Put down exactly how many parties you want to have. That's really, really important. And then you say, help me find the people who need that free product. Don't let me sell vomit, okay? Don't let me go and attack people. Let me listen to people. Let me be a good listener. Okay, so could you hear the pattern? Let's go over the pattern that we did with my friend Tracy, okay? First of all, we did initial touch. So if initial touch was something that like resonated with you, okay, comment initial touch. If that's something you want to learn how to do really, really well, be sure and comment initial touch, okay? Because this is a game changer, my friends, okay? Initial touching is so, so important to understand, okay? You got that? So number one is initial touch. Now, Tracy was lucky enough to have the gals say she wanted some product. We all know that that's not going to happen every time, okay? So let me give you the wording, what you're going to say instead when somebody doesn't bring up, okay, the fact that they want product. Now, this is assuming, this is going off of people who we know have said they wanted to have parties in the past, or we are following up with people who bought product in the past and we know they might want more. So I have this little theory that the first time you meet somebody at a party, whether it's online or it's at a home party, it doesn't matter where they're at, okay? When you meet somebody, okay, it's really important to understand that that first time you meet them, they are never going to buy everything that they wanted that day, okay? They're never going to buy everything they wanted that day. So what's really cool to understand is how, let me change this real quick. Okay. When it's so, so important to understand that they're never, ever, ever, ever going to get everything that they want, okay? So we want to follow up with them. Now, we have this whole other thing about Facebook groups and how we put them in the Facebook groups and how that gives us an opportunity to really help them buying more stuff as they go and go and go. But we're only talking about our bookings today, okay? So when you follow up with someone who has purchased product before, you're going to do that initial touch or a hostess, and we're checking to see if she got all her stuff. And then the key is, we have a little chat about their baby, about their surgery, about whatever it might be, okay? And what's really important to understand is that we're then going to ask, remember, hey, I talked about permission. And we want to say, hey, do you have a quick minute? Okay, let's start with that. Do you have a quick minute? I could ask you a little bit about the product you purchased and find out how you're using it, or how you're enjoying it, or where, in what ways you've used it, okay? Depending on your product will depend on the right wording for that. You probably understand that as I said some of those different examples. If you will do an initial touch, then first ask, may I ask, do you have a quick minute for me to ask you a few questions about how your product has worked, how you've liked it, how you've used it, okay? Did you feel those 2 steps? Do those 2 steps alone make you feel a little bit better? You're like, yeah, okay, I got it, right? Okay, a lot better, all right? Okay, so we want to do that first, all right? Then most of the time they're going to say yes, okay? So they tell us yes, all right? And when they tell us yes, then we're going to say, that's where we're going to dig a little deeper, okay? Just like I taught Tracy. What have you liked about your product? How is it working for you? In what ways have you used it? How have you enjoyed it? Okay, we want to dig a little deeper and find out what it is they've enjoyed. Then we want to take just a tiny bit of time and ask, hey, I know at the party you had some things on your wish list, or you know there was something they were looking at and they didn't get it yet, okay? Then you're going to talk more about what it is they didn't get, and we're going to dig a little deeper, okay? We have this thing we call the question tree, where we break each of your products, your products into 4 to 5 categories, and we go through those. If you're anything about a home, organizing, cleaning, decorating, we want to go through different rooms of the home. If you're food, we go through breakfast, lunch, dinner, entertainment, desserts, maybe potlucks. If you are makeup, eyes, lips, skin removal. If you're jewelry, earrings, necklace, bracelet, okay, we're going to divide your product into categories and ask just simple questions like, so tell me how often you wear earrings and what kind of colors and styles you like to wear. We're going to ask these questions to build a silent wish list. And then when we're going to ask permission again, may I share with you a couple ideas I think you might like? They say yes. We tell them the ideas. And we say, may I share with you how to get those? We say, this is how you can buy it, or I would love to help you get some of it for free. Now, can you hear how different this wording is? This next phrase is critical, okay? This next phrase is super, super important, because let me give you some really, really important things to understand. When you're messaging, so how many of you, comment down below if you use text or if you use Facebook Messenger to do a great deal, like 80% or more of your communication. Just comment text or message down below if you're using that versus like literally taking your phone and putting it to your ear. Okay, if you're doing mostly some sort of messenger, let me know. Okay, so I see tons of people commenting on that. Now, if I understand correctly, okay, all of us, we can't see their faces, we can't hear their voices, we can't see their body language, we can't see exactly what's on their face if there's a pause, right? And so this is the problem. Most of us don't like to say no. And if you go in for the kill and say, so do you want to have a party? And that's a yes/no question, okay? You know, that's like, and some of us have to get so brave to say that. You say, do you want to have a party? And they feel like they need to say no. They quit messaging sometimes, right? How many of you have been there, done that? Said, yep, been there, done that, okay? You said, do you want to have a party? Just, yep, conversation completely comes to an end. So let me tell you my magic phrase. Are you ready for my magic phrase? This is super, super important to understand. My magic phrase, which will keep the conversation going, is and you got to put this word in. So if you're taking notes, put down the word thoughts. Big letters, circle it, thoughts. You've got to get this word in there. What are your thoughts on getting some girlfriends together, learning some new things about makeup? Make it education based. Quit having parties, have classes, okay? Quit having parties, have classes, have themed classes. Get people education. Even if they don't want to buy stuff, they'll finally buy from you, okay? What are your thoughts on getting some girlfriends together, learning some new techniques on how to clean faster, how to organize, how to do makeup, how to do whatever it is you know and you have an expertise, okay? And getting some stuff for free and half price. What are your thoughts on it? Can you feel it, ladies and gents? If we have gents with us, okay? Can you feel the difference on how then they can tell you why they'd want to, why they wouldn't? Sometimes they have misconceptions, misunderstandings of what it takes to have a party. You clear that up and you're going to book a heap load more. Now, the next key is to never, ever, ever ask, so when you want to put it on the calendar? No, okay? Control your calendar, know when you're available, always use what's called an optional close. Would you like to do it on the weekend or weekday? Or whatever option you have. If your weekend is not an option for you, don't say weekend, okay? Or if it's day or night, or if you only do weekends, I do weekends, you want Saturday or Sunday, whatever the options are, give them 2 options. Or if you only do Tuesdays and Thursdays. I have one friend that starts all her parties on Tuesday. So she'd say, would you like to do it on this Tuesday or this Tuesday? Okay. Then they tell you weekend or weekday, whatever it is. Okay, great. So in the week of this week, I have this date or this date available. Which do you want? Now let me tell you the magic behind this. They literally tested this out. It was actually senior housing. These 2 individuals were taking phone calls of people calling in and learning, or they were calling out, whatever it was. They went through the exact same script. Talked to them all about their needs for senior housing. At the end, okay, exact script, top to bottom. At the end, one said, so do you want to come see it? The other one said, would you like to come in on Tuesday or Thursday? The one that said, do you want to come see it? Or when do you want to book a time? Booked under 10. The person who said, do you want to come in on Tuesday or Thursday? Booked over 80. Saying when you want to have it will book you a lot less. I'm sure some of you just like had major light bulbs go, what? Okay, control your calendar. Are you like me? Okay, my calendar is crazy full. I run a business. I have 4 children. Life is nuts. Okay, they are very active and we homeschool. Yes, I am officially crazy. So if you say when you want to have it, and I think about my calendar and be like, I am so busy, I can't come up with a time. That's not totally true. There's a night now and then I watch a TV show and I have, that kind of stuff that I can do. If you say Tuesday or Thursday, and I can go into my calendar really quick and check Tuesday or Thursday, no scouts, no, I'm not doing a webinar. Okay, yeah, I could do that one. But if you want me to look at my whole February, I'm going to be like, yeah, no. Okay, who relates to my pain of don't ask me for me to find a date? But if you give me 2 dates, yes, I can get that. So comment optional close if you like had a light bulb moment. If you're like, oh, hello, okay, comment optional close if you could see, wow, that's a game changer. Okay, it's a total game changer. My friends, I'm serious. You can book so many more parties by using these techniques, okay? The wording is critical. What you do with this is going to be a complete game changer, okay? This is so important to understand. Okay, now we're a little over halfway through this, but we're going to give a few more people the opportunity to come jump on. So I'm going to put this link down here in the comments one more time because we've had new people jump on. So if you go and share this link on a profile in one of your groups, okay, and tag and do the hashtag CR8 Success, then comment Shannon in all caps, and you can do this either just share it if you're on Facebook Live or copy and paste that and then go to Facebook and share it there if you're on the webinar, okay? Give me 2 seconds, Vicki. So share that. Your name's going to go in for a Facebook group training that's a value of $97. And now we're going to talk about Hostess coaching as soon as we as soon as we give you just 2 seconds to share that. Vicki's got a question. Do you use the same technique for people that have said they wanted to have parties but never booked it? Yes, 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 Vicki. It's exact same technique. Exact same technique, okay? So yeah, but we want to first get a silent wish list before we go in for the kill. You know, if I remember, one of the things you were looking at, you were super excited about was blank. Vicki sells damsel in defense. So it might be there was that stun gun, or there was that bag and that purse, or there was whatever it was. Tell me, remind me why you wanted that, okay? So it's all about really helping people make that wish list, but you don't tell them you're making a wish list, okay? Yeah, put Shannon in all caps and put which group. Where did you share it? Did you share it on your profile? Did you share it on a team page? Be sure and tell us where you shared it, okay? Alrighty. One more quick thing I'm going to share here. How we doing on the Facebook Live? How's everybody doing in Facebook land? Now I'm looking away because I'm looking at my screen for Facebook as if they can tell any difference. I know. I'm so silly. Alrighty. So I want to give you one more thing to claim, okay? Hang on 2 seconds here. Alrighty, so I'm super excited for you guys. I could see your heads turning. I can see the wheels in your heads just spinning and getting super excited about the possibilities here, okay? Booking and Hostess coaching, really, it's all about making it all about them, okay? It's super, 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 super important to find out all about them, okay? Now, there's something I want to share with you because it's really important to have loyal clients. It's much easier to book parties when they're loyal clients. And that is all about being able to post the right things and keep people following you. They stalk you way more than you think they do, okay? So when you message them, you will be surprised how many times they bring up something that you have posted, okay? Your presence on Facebook will make a big difference when you reach out to them. Now, do they always reach out to you? No, they don't. And you think they will, but they don't, okay? So I want to give you this free list of things that you can be posting that will create more of loyal clients, have people following you, okay? So grab that list. Be sure and fill out that form. It's going to be emailed to you. Then there'll be a download you can grab. What you're posting on Facebook will make a big difference when you reach out to them because you already will have built trust that you don't even know that you did. And it's all about the variety. It's all about the kind of content you're sharing. So grab that list because we want you to have really, really good skills. We don't want, the whole idea is that this list of posts will keep you from looking spammy, okay? So be sure, and if you're on Facebook, give me a like or, what do we call it? Yeah, hit a like if you have grabbed it. We really want you to grab this list because what you're posting will make a big difference as to how the conversation will go and how much they trust you going into the conversation, okay? So be sure and grab that list. So it says create loyal clients on the end of the, anyway, you'll love it, okay? Grab that bad boy. All right, let's talk about Hostess coaching, okay? So comment, I really want to know if Hostess coaching, what is keeping you from having as high a sales as you would like? Is it getting people, like getting the right people invited? Is it get people to engage in the party? Is it getting your hostess to do her job? Like, what is holding you down? What is the thing, or do you know, okay? Do you know what it is that's keeping you from having as much engagement, as much sales, okay? All right, your follow through. We all have problems follow through some days, don't we? That's a common thing to have happen. All right. Okie dokie. All right. So be sure that you're sharing this link because we just want to have more the merrier on here. Okay, so let's talk about hostess coaching. There's a couple things that I teach about hostess coaching that's just revolutionary and you're going to love it. So I use this in another life, okay? The Frank, friends, relatives, associates, Frank. That is definitely something I used to use, but there's a different way to approach it. And some of you, this is your first time hanging out with me, but we have this thing called, they joke that I'm the question queen. I like to instead come up with what I call who do you know questions and break my product line down into different groups of people who are likely to purchase it, okay? So let me give you a quick example. How many Uzzies, how many Usborne ladies do I have on here? Comment Uzzie down below if I got Uzzie friends, okay? For example, Usborne books, you're going to have brand new moms. You're going to have grandmas who love to buy the best for their kids. You're going to have homeschool moms. You're going to have teachers. And you're going to have like preschool and daycares, okay? Those would be some, and you probably have some other categories you would throw in there, okay? But we want to have categories of people that help spark your hostess as to who they know. Because the really cool thing is when you're doing this on Facebook, it doesn't matter if the preschool teacher lives in the same city they live in or if they live on the other side of the country, right? We still want her invited. So we don't want her like closed off thinking it's just her radius, people that live in her town or her best 20 girlfriends. We want her to really think about who does she know that fits in XYZ categories, okay? Does that make sense? So every single company, we want to help you create questions behind who do you know. Every company has them. Who do you know who loves to cook? Who do you know who always is dressed to the nines? Who do you know? Okay, lots and lots and lots of who do you know questions. And that's something that we do and talk about and help you come up with the best questions for your product, your company, in our what's called our Facebook Party Weekend Camp. And we'll be talking about that in a minute. Now, let me tell you about another amazing way we've been coming up with who people should invite to their parties, okay? This is super, super cool. Okay, now I do need to know if you hold 10 parties, how many of those 10 parties are held online or virtual, okay? So if you have 10 parties, and I don't care if it's in a month or if it's in 2 months or 3 months, how many of them are you holding online? Okay, quite a few, big percentage, half, 8, 2. Okay, some of you are doing home parties. The cool thing is this would work for even home parties if their circle of influence on Facebook isn't spread out too far over the country. If they weren't military or something like that, okay? You're venturing out, Catherine, awesome. Okay, so I love it. We have everything in between. Okay, what we want to do is post on Facebook. You are going to be mind blown how simple this is. We're going to have the hostess over 3 different days, 3 different times. Once in the morning, next day in the afternoon, next day in the evening. Or you can flop it, night, afternoon, morning, okay? We're going to have her post 1 question a day that reveals people who need or use your product. Okay, so think about this for just a second. It's like, how do we do that? Okay, who are my foodies? Who are my Tastefully Simple, Pampered Chef, Inspiration at Home, Wild Tree? Comment down below if you're one of my foodies, okay? Now, my favorite question, which gets like an enormous amount of responses on Facebook, is on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you love to cook, okay? And you can post that even if you're not a foodie, just because it's fun and it gets a whole bunch of engagement. Oh, CT, I'm sorry. That's a good one. Thank you. Okay. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you love to cook? When your friends, who are your hostesses, post that question and all these people respond, okay, the cool thing is all of my foodie companies, They have products that are great for the non-cooker, and they have products that are great for the person who loves to cook, and they're their own little Martha Stewarts, right? You have products for both type of people. So then, oh, we got Tupperware in the house. Thank you, Stacy. My bad. See, I get in trouble when I start naming companies. I love them all. I swear. I just get crazy. Okay. So you have all these great products. The hostess then sends out a message. She goes, because I know that you hate to cook. You're going to love how easy these products are going to make it for you, so you're still eating and eating healthy. The other person said, because I know you love to cook, you're going to love to come and see these products. Okay? Did you just, who had a major light bulb moment? It can be, you know, if you're Uzzies on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do your kids like to read? It can be on a scale, or how many days a week do you typically wear makeup? We're going to help you come up with 3 fantastic questions for your hostesses sensing in the house, okay? I know, right, Jen? Is this not so cool? Now, this is why this is so helpful. First of all, if they commented, they're hanging out on Facebook. Yay! You're having a virtual party. You want to invite people who actually are on Facebook, right? Okay, number 1. Number 2 is they engage on Facebook. Don't you want people to not just be stalkers in your party? We want them to comment, okay? Number 2 is we get people to actually say something. Number 3 is they are people who need the product, okay? They're on Facebook, they engage, and they have some reason for needing that product. Would you not call that about the most best qualified person that you could get to invite to a party? Give me some raise the roof. Give me some comment qualified if that is the best way you've ever heard to figure out how to find the best people on their friends list, okay? This is the best way you are going to help your hostesses find. Now, this is what's going to happen. They're going to have a friend from high school they haven't talked to from 10 years. They're going to have their sister-in-law who they thought would never be interested. They're going to be so pleasantly surprised. Yep, this goes on their personal page. Okay? They are going to be thrilled to say, oh my gosh, I never would have thought of that person. Because you know, if they have 200, 500, 1,000 friends, there is not a chance in heck that they are going to go through their whole friends list and really make a good list of 50 people on their own. They will not go to the end of the list. I seriously think it would be hysterical to see if those that are advised to get only 50 people in their party, if their list of people mostly have last names A through M. Okay? I bet you those of us with W's and Z's aren't being invited as much because it would take so much time to get through a whole list of 500. Amber, I'm so glad you think it's genius. We think it's genius and crazy simple all at the same time. We love this, okay? We want to help you come up with these who do you know and questions for your hostess to put on her Facebook wall. You tell her to start at the bottom of the list sometimes. That's so smart, Beverly. I love it. Let's get some W's and Z's showing up. So funny, so funny. Okay, so can you see we have a totally different way to help you book? No more being obnoxious, no more feeling pushy. A lot of you said, oh, if I'm feeling salesy, yuck, 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 yuck. Baby, you're going to be the best listener. That person's going to thank you after. They are going to, and Olga is on here. I saw Olga on Facebook. It's so cool because the way we teach you how to ask questions, literally, people will say, this is the best consultant I've ever had. And it's because of your personality and because you chose to learn good business skills, okay? Olga works really hard to learn good business skills. So Olga, if you're still on here and want to comment on Facebook for me, I'll copy it and put it over here on the webinar chat. But she's worked her butt off to be patient and step back and not say things too soon. It's amazing what people will say about you when you just slow it down and you learn how to be a better listener. Is this not just crazy exciting, right? Okay. Alrighty, so this is the deal, my friends, okay? We want to help you get really, really good at this. We know that this takes practice. We know that every one of your companies is a little bit better, or excuse me, is a little bit better, is a little bit different. We know that it is easier said than done to come up with the what to say. So we're offering you two really cool things, okay? Number one is we have a really great program that's going to last for 3 weeks. We were going to start yesterday, and we realized it was Valentine's Day, and that may not be the best day. So it's at 1 p.m., just the same time it is now. It's during the day, okay? And for 3 weeks, we're going to teach you how to post, how to find new clients all the time. Because there is a way to use exactly what I've been teaching you to find new clients. And I know some of you are needing some new leads, okay? So that's number one. That is one program. That one's $47. The other program we have for you, which is so awesome, is our Facebook Party Camp, okay? Facebook parties is all we talk about. We have a ton of stuff on Hostess coaching. We take these skills, we teach you on how to ask questions. We apply those into your party. Everything you post about, whether it's a video, whether it's a tutorial, whether it's a image, before and after, we ask questions. You get skyrocketed engagement in your party. And guess what? Some of you said you don't do any online parties. And I'm going to bet that one of the reasons, not the only reason, but one of the reasons is you believe that you're going to get a lot more sales in a home party than you will on an online party. Would you, if you are one of those people, give me a comment. Yep, that's why I'm doing home parties, because I think I'll get more sales there. I am so happy to announce that we have companies like Norwex. That's a very handsy, touchy-feely thing. Got to see it, how it works. We are helping those companies that feel like the only way they're going to get high sales is if they're in a home party. We are helping them get the same amount of sales in a virtual party as you do going out and doing it in a home. Now, I love home parties because I love to see people. I love to give people hugs. I love the cheesecake. I love sometimes just leaving my house sometimes, okay? There's some perks to doing home parties. But you know what? When you get these parties, I'll put, I like Scent Share. Some of you have different things that you use. And you put it in Scent Share and you can rebatch it and you don't have to pick up your stuff and leave the house. Do you understand how that clones you and how much more business you can do if you add virtual parties to your schedule? I'm not saying don't do home parties. I'm just saying you can do a lot more sales overall if you do both of them together and you learn how to put this party in something like Scent Share. So if you haven't used Scent Share before, here is the code, CR8Cinch. You can go to scentshare.com and you can put that in, and you are going to get 37 days for free if you want to try it, okay? Some of you like other posting schedulers. That's cool. Use the one you want. But we're going to get that party in there with these questions. We're going to teach you far better hostess coaching skills. We're going to teach you how to book parties and what questions are going to work for your product line, okay? It is amazing, this Facebook party weekend. It's 4 hours on Friday night, the 24th, 8 hours on Saturday, the 25th. Every minute from top to bottom is recorded. Then you get those recordings. So if you can't show up for any of it, or if you have to miss a couple hours, no problem. Don't worry about it. You're going to have the recordings. Then you're going to get 30 days support in a Facebook group and help you get those parties put in Scent Share. You're going to create a lot of it that weekend, okay? But you may need to do some videos. You may need to do some images on Canva or PicMonkey or whatever. You may need to do a little bit of legwork after. But you're going to have all these questions. You're going to have such better skills. It's amazing, okay? So that's $97. Now, so think about that. If you have one solid party, bam, baby, it's paid for, okay? That's it. One good party will pay for this training. And I'm telling you, it's a game changer. Your 2017 will look completely different from 2016 in all good ways. Okay, it's awesome. Now, I told you about our question tree night at the beginning when I told you about my girl, Tracy. Okay, when you sign up for our bundle, you get a question tree. It's a 4-hour training where I help you message people, book parties, get sales, book recruiting interviews. I sit there with you for 4 hours, and there's usually about 3 a month. You get to pick the one you want to show up for. Okay, so we have a calendar, and if you can't show up till March, no problem. There's dates in March. We just keep going. You get to work with me for 4 hours, and I'll help you book parties. It's a $25 value. You get it for free when you book them, when you buy the bundle. Okay, so Shannon's going to get you those links for all those programs. And I want to show you, I'm going to do a screen share real quick here. I'm going to show you our Facebook pages and our Facebook group. So you can also attend next week's free webinar and also show your team where these are. We want to get this word out, okay? Because we know how much better it makes you feel. Catherine, you're so ramped up. I know, it's awesome, right? Okay, so if you haven't shared yet, or haven't commented that you've shared yet, please share. Now, please let people know. And Shannon, if you haven't changed this yet, we have another one of these tonight at 6 p.m. Pacific time, 9 p.m. Eastern. So if you had team members who didn't show up, they can still come get in on the good news, okay? We have so much good news for you. We know this works. So Kim, do you want to know how to get the question tree exclusively all by itself? Because you do get it for free when you buy the bundle of the Finding New Clients and when you buy with the weekend camp for the Facebook parties. Now you can buy the Facebook parties all by itself, or you can buy the question tree by itself for 25 bucks, and we'll get all those links for you. Okay, I'm going to do a quick screen share for you. All right, so we want you to go and join our Facebook group, okay? We have so many awesome ideas in here, okay? Tons of fabulous ideas. We always have free lists of questions for you to use. There's lots of people in here that connect and bond. We have Facebook Lives I do in here. There's lots and lots of cool stuff. So be sure and head over and be sure and join our Facebook group because you're going to love it, okay? The other thing I want to show you is this is our Facebook page. I'm pretty sure. Oh, this is the event. Let's go to the Facebook page. Give me 2 seconds, Vonda. If your thing moves up, ask me the question again. Hang on 2 seconds. All right, so this is the Facebook page, and if you go to events, you'll see next week we are going to be doing an event all on virtual parties, okay? So Vonda, that question might be there. So we want you to come and join us, okay, at on our free webinar. Now, there will be a webinar link I probably have it somewhere. You can either hit join. Here, I'll give you this link too. You can either hit join on this event on Facebook, or we will be emailing you out a link to then join on the webinar if you love Zoom, if you like doing it this way, okay? Pros and cons to both. Alrighty, so we have lots of different options for you. And then I'm going to show you real quick about our membership. So we have a membership that is super cool, okay? What we do, so those of you that are starting to get the whole questions, the power of the questions, okay? And then wanting to learn more about how to apply this to your company. Because we've talked kind of general and we're throwing different ideas out there. So we have a membership that's only $29.97 a month. And you get just a heap load. Here, we'll full screen this so you can see it well. You get a heap load of videos in here. I've shrunk this, look, 50%. You can't see that. There we go. Okay. You have lots and lots of videos in here about goal setting, mindset, sales. You have stuff on messaging. Remember how I told you the magic wording with messaging, how important it is because we can't see their body language? We have awesome tips on that. Finding new customers. There's all sorts of videos in here that's just self-led. And you can do this. And then we have our fun question forest. In here, we have 2,000 questions for you. There's great questions to just post to get more engagement. And then there's great questions for different types of products, okay? So you open this up, we have our 7 most amazing blueprints. You can download you can print them off as either a PDF or a Word document. Then you go down here and you open these up, like fall, we have hundreds of questions, well, probably about 100 questions for fall. Anyway, all these different ones. We got food, we got baking and dessert, okay? We got all these categories, makeup and skincare, a whole bunch of questions. We have all these questions for you to use. This is the key to our whole program, is asking questions. So let me give you the link to that, because this is just $29.97. You can go and try this out. And it's a really great resource to have with the weekend camps that we have, or the Bounty Aspires, okay? All those things are really, really, really valuable. You will love it, okay? So I'm going to get that link for you, but I also want to answer your questions. Vonda, I'm going to, let's see here. Do you do Facebook parties in groups with an opt-out message? I tried it with PMP. Tell me what PMP is. I think I know what it is. And they cut my party off because they only allow party. Oh, post my party. Oh, yes. Okay. So I really do. I don't dislike parties and events, but I like parties in groups, because I do like, we have this thing called an opt-out message, and I think it's really effective, and I think it's really considerate, but yet more effective than expecting them to say yes, they're going to come. So ScentShare, yes, 110%. ScentShare does allow you to do Facebook parties in groups. And ScentShare has the best content and blogs on how to keep you out of Facebook jail. So they tell you how to not use corporate images. They tell you how to make sure you change around your party. You don't use templates. Using templates is a big flag, a big no-no. So they teach you how to use Facebook groups appropriately for parties, whereas my understanding is Post My Party, they just think that's a big no-no and it's not okay. And it is okay as long as you do it right. So it really will make a huge difference if you're doing it right, okay? All right, and Shannon, are you, okay, you're getting all those. I'm gonna get the one really quick on the Facebook group. Okay, the question for us. So Carrie, do you currently have the 1997, darling? So it used to be, okay, so you just need to upgrade. It's now $29.97. That's how you get the question forest. So if you will message me on Facebook or send an email, and my assistant will help you, we'll get you upgraded to that and get the question forest. So the question forest is in the Create Independence program if you're paying the $29.97 price, but it's not in the old one. Does that make sense? Okay, so you just have to have the right one, and we'll get you all set up. It's very, very valuable. You will love it. Okay, tell everybody how much you love the videos in there. Yeah, Vonda, you will love it. And seriously, so Shannon, well, okay, there's some other really cool things about ScentShare with your parties. You can schedule a whole party and then what we call rebatch. You just say, okay, I want all these posts that I had in this event to rebatch for this next one. Then there's a search and find. So let's say you use the name Becky. This is Becky's party. Thank you, Becky, 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 Becky in your thing. You search the word Becky, you replace it with the hostess's name, and it will change all the Beckys. Then you go and find the website link. You take that website link out and you replace it with the current hostess's website link. And you can find them all and replace them all at once, okay? Let's see, Pamela, the 99.97. Which 99.97 are you referring to? If it's the coaching program, it does. You don't get the question for us if you're talking about the $97 for just the Facebook weekend camp, the Facebook party camp rather. If you're paying the $97 for the Facebook party camp, it doesn't come with the membership. You have to buy that separately. Okay. Let's see. If you get 30 days access to questions and information, do you download it to your own computer so we can use it? So you can download the forms and then you go back and get the questions out. But no, you're not allowed to download all the questions. It's $29.97 a month. But most people stick around because they love all the videos and they watch and watch and watch those. Most people stay for probably at least a year. But whatever you want to do is fine if you only want to use the questions for a month, but you can download the forms. Let's see here. Okay, did that answer your question, Pamela? Okay, and are we getting everybody the links, Shannon, in both areas? Let me see how we're doing here. Let's see here. Are we getting all the links over on? Hi, guys. All right, so are there any questions? Oh, let me put the link here for the $29.97. Here you go. Charlene, are you still there, darling? Okay, and do we have our winner? Shannon, do you have our winner picked?
Yes.
Let's see. 31 Laura says, would you create a new group to just do parties if offering the opt-out message? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I would create a new group every time. If that's what you're asking. And yeah, and do the opt-out message. Have your hostess send the opt-out message with the people who have commented on those 3 questions. I hope that answered your question. Hey, Laura, how's it going? All right. Hi, Charlene. Yay, I'm glad you got that. Perfect. Okay. Now, please be sure and grab that list. It's pinned if you're on Facebook. If you're on the webinar, let me give you that link. You want to grab that list of posts, okay? We want to keep you from being spammy and being really authentic and posting stuff that's going to build loyalty, going to build relationships, going to build credibility, okay? Grab that list. You definitely want that. So you're not doing all parties in your Facebook group. No, because especially, I'm 90% certain 31 Gifts Facebook groups need to be closed, right? Not necessarily private, but closed. And that would be hard. Like if you created an event in there and everybody would see it. I definitely believe in doing a mystery hostess party in your VIP group now and then. But no, you'd create a separate group. So come to the one next week all about Facebook parties. We'll be talking more about that then, what to do and how to create it. April says, is not following my coaching. Is there a way to get them? See, I'm doing my first Facebook party and my hostess is not following my coaching. Oh, your message broke up. I found it, April. Okay, I'm like, there has to be more of it somewhere. You've got one set up for Monday. Awesome, Laura. Awesome, awesome. Is there a way to get them? So what I would suggest, April, is when they know exactly what they want out of the party. So like I break down the numbers, okay? If they want $100 in product and they get 10% of sales, so they need to have a $1,000 party, we need to have 10 to 20 people show up, right? So I break down the numbers. This is how many people we need to invite. This is how many people need to show up. This is what we need to do to get your free stuff. So you got to make it all about her. You are going to have dead hostesses. You can't put a gun to their head. Well, you could. That's probably a bad idea, though, right? And so it's all about making it all about them and how they'll benefit. And then doing these things where they're comfortable with finding people who really need the product. All those kind of things help. So it just takes practice and it takes having enough parties so when one's a dud, it doesn't like mess your whole month up, because there will be duds on occasion, okay? You just finished a mystery hostess party? Awesome! Awesome, awesome. No, Vicki, so on the 4-hour question tree nights, the reason why we do it for 4 hours is we start at 3 p.m. Pacific, which is 7 p.m. Eastern. So 4 p.m. kind of is too early for some people Pacific time. They're kind of making dinner and getting kids. But when we go 4 hours, then that's a really good time for Pacific time. Whereas we're going till 11 o'clock Eastern time, and from 10 to 11 might be a little, I mean, if you're finishing up conversations, that's fine, but you're not going to start conversations then. So we do it 4 hours to accommodate all the different time zones. I would say most people are on there 2 to 3 hours, but you can be there the whole 4 hours or part of it. Did we get that link put over here, Shannon? So you also can buy the question tree night by itself, but I'm telling you, you won't get nearly as much out of it if you don't have the membership with it too, or attend one of the weekends. You'll get a lot more out of it, but whatever you like to do is up to you, but that's, you want to maximize the money that you invest. You're not getting that list in the email, Amber. There's been a few like slow moving emails for some reason the last 24 hours from our system. I'm not getting that. Okay, let me see here. Be sure and give it just a few minutes. And if you requested it last week, you might already have it, but I think it usually sends it to you again. Okay. So let me know, message me if you don't get it, okay? You got triplicates from the, so there was an email sent out yesterday, one sent out an hour before, and one sent out at 10 minutes or 15 minutes before. So was it all the same email, Laura, or was it different ones, and did you maybe sign up with more than one email address? Okay. Oh yeah, Vicki, so you don't have to start at 4. Just start when you get home. Do your initial touches and then totally join us, okay? You got 3 in a row when you signed up. Oh, I don't know why. We love our email system, but we don't have complete control over it. We do the best we can, so sorry about that. Thank you for your patience. I swear we're doing the best we can, I promise. Okay, you're not mad. We didn't blow up your email box. All right. Okay, Shannon, do you know of any other questions that we have? This has been a phenomenal webinar. I love how excited you all are. This has been so much fun. You guys are awesome. I love that you're feeling how much more authentic you can be, but I'm telling you, it takes practice. Please invest in yourself, okay? You don't want a doctor who doesn't go to school. You don't want a beautician who didn't get training on how to cut hair. You want to be the best consultant for your hostesses, your customers. Learn how to really be a business person, businesswoman. Make this a priority for yourself, okay? Know that you're going to help so many more people when you get really effective at this wording. And unfortunately, so many other people are not using this, or they're talking at people too much. They're talking about what they want. They're not listening as well as they could. We want you to really listen, really be effective, okay? This investment will pay off so fast, okay? The question tree night alone, we help you book parties and get sales that night, okay? It's super cool. It's a little scary at first, but wow, it's awesome. It's so awesome, okay? All right, if there's not any other questions, oh gosh, you won. Andrea, thank you. Shannon, oh my gosh. You gotta tell me to slow down. Okay, all right. Shannon, who is our winner? Drum roll. Shannon, who's our winner for our free?
Stacy is our winner. No last name, so I'm gonna say she's from.
Thank you. Sorry about that. Joyce, which link are you looking for, darling? You're so welcome, Kelly.
Okay, she should be on Zoom. I'll keep an eye out for her. There's one question that snuck through on Facebook Live. What if the company I work for is not a Facebook party or home party based? I think it could be. We do something called Meet.
Stacy. Is Stacy our winner?
Yes. Oh, Stacy. Yay, she's here. She's on.
Do we have a last name or only Stacy?
I just had Stacy. So I would say this is because there's only one
Are you
Stacy.
there, Shannon?
Yay, Stacy. Okay. I'll connect with you.
So Kelly, are you doing more? If you are doing Facebook parties, okay, that is a great way to like get yourselves up, get it going. I love the weekend camps. It gives you plenty of time to like take it in, take it in, take it in. The weekends are amazing and you're getting a lot of support. You're getting us to help you create questions for your products, okay? I love our membership program. I mean, love it. There's so much great content. We love the questions, but I see sometimes people, they love it, but they really struggle with applying it to their company. So if you can only do one, I really would suggest the weekend camp. If you can afford the $97, and I'm telling you, you will make it back super fast because the stuff you learn, you'll also be able to apply in several other areas of your business because we talk so much about questions. So that would be my first one. If not, then do the membership. Oh, Stephanie, thank you. I'm so glad. I'm so glad you enjoyed it. Stacy's our winner. Awesome. So be sure and get Shannon all your information, Stacy, okay? You didn't get the email the list either, Marcy? Okay. Be sure, because this doesn't save all the chat. Watch for it. If you don't get it, be sure and message us on Facebook and we will get you all set up, okay? Because we want you to have it. There's just something funky is going on with the email system, but we had some slow emails go out yesterday, so that might be the problem. You'll be sending your team tonight, Pamela. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. You're welcome. You are welcome. All right. Okay, so Shannon and Stacy, hopefully you're connecting. Be sure and message her, find your chat. She's going to help you with all that, okay? All right, I'm going to stop the recording. Okay, stop recording.